Sunshine State, a hotbed of passionate football fans, it is not hard to find where rivalry battle lines in the state are drawn on a day like today. These two are due to lock up once again, and we can't wait to get it started. This is a live look at the Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. It's the Florida State Seminoles and the Florida Gators. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
I caught up with the Florida State head coach pregame. This is a concerning crowd. You know, every time we're here, it's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. The coach said they will have to communicate at a high level. They have worked with crowd noise all week at practice. We'll see if it pays off here today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. football fans, it is not hard to find where rivalry battle lines in the state are drawn on a day like today. These two are due to lock up once again, and we can't wait to get it started. This is a live look at the Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. It's the Florida State Seminoles and the Florida Gators. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Howie Rowe is down on the sideline.
Catching up with the Seminoles head coach pregame, he is concerned going to an environment like this, one of the best crowds in all of college football. They make it loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Back to you.
Howie, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And the Gators will kick off first, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Sets his feet. It's Daniels. Catch in the middle. It's Lopez. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Got a man, it's Boggs. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
2nd down to the air. Throws to the wideout. Right side, it's Robinson. Running free. Touchdown Seminoles. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football, you come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. offense in a bunch formation. They'll move the wide receiver. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Making the adjustment. Hits inside. It's Pryor. Got room at the 35. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. The Gators moving quickly to the line.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Handoff for Ball. Breaks into the open. The 20. Running through contact. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
And, man, we've all experienced these rivalry games and how much fun they are. And this offense had a lot of fun a year ago, right? Like, they dominated this rivalry. They've been kind of hot coming in. And I really look forward to seeing this running back. Can he be physical? Because you know the anger, the animosity, all the stuff that comes with these rivalry games, you need your running back to set the tone and have a great game.
Wide receiver going in motion. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on 1st and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forced 2nd down and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the move. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. This is a money play on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gators! Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point is good. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Look out! And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. As you might know, Florida State was once a women's college, didn't start playing football until later, and in fact, didn't start playing the Gators until 1958.
Even though they haven't been playing a long time, this game has featured so many of the biggest names in the sport. You think about Bobby Bowden, Steve Spurrier on the sidelines, Charlie Ward, Chris Swanky, Tim Tebow, Danny Werkle, Heisman Trophy winners. This game has had it all.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into his defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Motion from the wide receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Now this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth and already inside a minute to go in the first. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. Wide receiver comes in motion. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Snags it. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. Finds the tight end. Looking for room at the 30. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. The Gators will hustle to the line. They'll run it in the red zone. It's ball. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to throw. They're all over him. Working the middle. It's a fumble. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. Takes it in. Touchdown, Florida.
Hey, that's not how you draw it up, but how about the offense and the awareness? You see the ball out, forget jumping on it. I'm going to pick that puppy up. I'm going to take it to the house. The OC, great call on that one, buddy, because it worked to perfection.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on first. Rush right in his face. Out wide left, it's Wilson. Step, got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. From deep, it's Singleton. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
To the air, it's Daniels. Unloads to the wideout. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. FSU calling its second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. Throws to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and That mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Handoff again. Gets it inside the 10. He's now up to 66 yards rushing, and he is a virtual lock to have a 1,200-yard season. From the red zone, it's Ball. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Gators!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Trying to establish the run. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run him again. Gain of 6. They're looking at 3rd and 4.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. Under pressure. And they got it.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
3rd and long coming up. Moves the pocket. It's Daniels. Here comes the heat. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. Going deep. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Wilson open on the right side. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. And the Gators come to the line on the heels of that big pass play.
Well, they have a massive lead, and we're only in the second quarter, but they're not calling the dogs off. They are staying aggressive, and they are taking shots. Another hook up there for this offense. Everything that they are dialing up is working to perfection. They're looking to add already to their blowout lead.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Left side is Singleton. And he's stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. Timeout now called by the Gators. That's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Intercepted for the 11th time. Looking for more room. The 50. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Going for it all. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye of that bold Gator head, let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We start our coverage with Auburn, taking on the number 18 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. And it's the home team, keeping things within arm's reach here in this ranked-on-ranked battle. I think the plan here is just to get to halftime, then figure out a way to pull this out in the second half. Let's check in now on some of the other action today, as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing.
Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Motion from the wide receiver. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Finds his tight end. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Out wide right, it's Wilson. Goes down immediately, but that's just what they needed. It'll be a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Ball again. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Here's a give the ball. Pass to Sticks. Give him 88 yards on the ground, and he is well within striking distance of a 1,200-yard rushing season. The Gators are rolling down the field. On the move, it's Ball. Nice move there. On his feet at the 40. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And we saw the tape coming into this football game, and we knew he was kind of hot, right? Like, he had over 100 yards rushing last week, now over 100 again in a rivalry game. It feels like deja vu. And this defense has got to be like, man, not again. Like, getting beat up again in a big-time matchup with all the adrenaline, all the attention. A lot of disappointment on that defensive side.
Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
And I'm not surprised by this QB, man. He's picking up where he left off, right? They've built a cushion, built a lead, struggling to stop the passing game, keep pushing the ball down the field. He's making the right reads, and this offense is in a groove.
Moving out to the right. Got enough space. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Gators. And the Gators have chomped down, and they put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Singleton. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Handoff to the lone back. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Third and 6 yards to go. Working the ground game. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut the...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Snapped it, and he has to have it. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
That's a gutsy call, man. I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Took a shot as he threw. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. They'll take the penalty and move them back. And after that play got sideways, the intentional grounding brings up 2nd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. They'll run the screen. Turning it on at the 20. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Wants to throw on third down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down. Doesn't convert this time.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Motion from the wideout. Has to have it on fourth down. And he's in! Touchdown, Florida! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be dragged down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll give it to him again. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to the running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Dropping back, it's Daniels. Quick completion on the out route. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Oh, he's got some space. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
You could see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Here's a little room there. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down. The Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run it. Runs through the tackle. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football, look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play, nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
Looking for running room. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Quick give. And they'll pick up just a few on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the ball game. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.